said when you were really little,
Yeah.
you were quite an anxious child, right?
Yes.
Because I know there's probably a lot of anxious kids out there.
Yeah.
Especially after lockdown and stuff. How did you personally, like, because you're a performer now, right?
Yeah.
You're on stage all the time. You got over it, or maybe you still haven't fully got over it, but you got over it enough to sort of break
Manage
down those
it.
barriers.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, how did you manage that?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I mean, I think therapy helped.
Right, yeah, good, yeah.
I started having that, I think when I was like 16, 17, because I think growing up, like, you were just called like a worrier. Like, it wasn't like ever anxiety. It was like you were just a worrier. And so I think like therapy really helped me to navigate it, because I just have ways of managing myself now. Like, I think the minute you're responsible for your own like well-being in that sense, like, you shouldn't be relying on anybody else to help you in that. And I think I learned that when I started doing this, because it is like you have to work well under pressure, like the performance side in particular. Like, I'd have like rituals basically. So like, if I'm, especially now that I'm working with other people in sessions, like other writers that I really look up to, and I'm like, God, I really don't want to mess this up.
Yeah.
I have things that I do. I think it's just important to find the things that calm you down and then do them before you do something that scares you.
Yeah.
Because I have this thing where I like will never not do something that makes me anxious or scares me, because that's the minute that I failed in my head. Because I just will never allow it to not let me do something.
To like hold you back.
Yeah, because I just think that it did when I was younger, and I just don't want it to ever do that for me now. So I always have a vow to myself that I do one thing that scares me every year. So I did like a skydive. But I did it. So I do something like that.
Where'd you go from skydiving?
I know, legit. I feel like
you literally gone for the top.
I feel like I started a bit high there, actually. But I'm not really sure I'm going from that. I still have to think about this year's one.
Okay.
But yeah, so I think I do stuff that pushes me out of my comfort zone, because I can be quite a comfort person. I have routines.
I think a lot of people probably are.
Yeah.
That's where
I actually think that saying that you want to do something big and scary every year to challenge yourself, I love that. That is such a great thing for people to do, though.
I think I'm just a bit mental. I don't really know. I just think I'm a bit... Yeah, I don't know. I think you have to be a little bit to be in this industry. You have to be a little bit crazy.
Maybe.
But yeah, so I think I do stuff before. So I have like rituals before. Do like morning pages, which is like where you write your subconscious thoughts.
Oh.
I do that before writing. And then
you do that every morning?
On a writing day, maybe.
I do it on a writing day,
Okay.
yeah, because it's quite a lot of dedication.
Yeah.
I mean, I do journaling as well after every day, and then I do like have this thing called worry time, because if I'm like worrying a lot, like my whole day is waste of energy, waste of time. So I've set myself 10 minutes of worrying. And then I solve the problem.
Brilliant.
Sophie, you're like a genius. Have you learned all this stuff from therapy?
This is called CBT. This is called cognitive brain therapy.
So
guys.
these are tools that your therapist has given you?
Basically,
right.
Yeah,
but they
yeah.
obviously, they clearly
What an
work well for you.
amazing
Yeah, they do.
tool.
Yeah, because I find that like if I just talk to people and I can make myself go in more loops. So we've got one loop going on that I'm worrying about, and then now I'm talking about, I'm thinking about all these other things now.
Yeah.
So if I have something, I like it where someone can give me something to solve the problem rather than to delve deeper into my spiraling that's already kind of irrational.
So you prefer the CBT side of therapy than like the let's unravel the roots of this.
Yeah, 100%. Because I don't think that a lot of the stuff that I worry about, I don't think there's a root to. I think it's just like
the way
my brain's wired in a way that I'm like high functioning, so I will like hyper fixate on things. And I think that I basically just have time in the day where I'm just like, well, I was worrying about that earlier, so how can we solve that problem? And if I can, and then if not, I just have to let it go, kind of thing, because otherwise it just will ruin your life and it will take over. And I just have to, I think it's just managing yourself, and it's finding the things that you, that's right for you. I'm a big believer in that, because, I think one really good example is like sport isn't right for my sister. She prefers going to the gym, but that's my form of exercise. And like I love yoga as well, but so like my dad likes getting on a bike and I like do it. Do you know what I mean? So it's like just finding your thing, I think, is really important.
What works for one person doesn't necessarily work for you.
It's not one size fits all. And I think in a world that promotes one size fits all. You should try and find your thing because
Yeah.
it's really important.
Well, already there's stuff in there that I'm constantly trying to
Rachel's
find.
like, I'm gonna start journaling.
Yeah, I need to journal.
I'm
That's
gonna
it. 10
skydive
minutes
next
of,
week.
10 minutes of worry, book my skydive.
Listen, we'll be on like the mushrooms next. We'll be on our like creative journey to get. No, I'm joking. I don't do that. That would take me to
We'll have to go to the commune.
just hand over all our belongings. Right, this is it. No, I've discovered in life with like not everyone is in touch with the way that they're feeling. And like the emotional intelligence side of being a creative is like actually a unique skill, like that I didn't realize that until like I've now been living in life as well. And I think that when my sister is like, I don't know, she said this thing to me the other day, and it's like, if you're in touch with your emotions and the emotional intelligence has grown, you're kind of like a wizard, and the other people are muggles. And I really liked it.
No, not this exact. I had another chat with. So I was out with James, the guy from the West End.
Yes.
I was out for his birthday the other night, and they're all just like West End people.
Yeah.
And they all called their jobs like magic folk jobs.
Yes.
And their other halves, they were all called the Muggles.
Yeah,
It's
I
become
love it.
It's become like a common thing, I think.
Yeah, I love it.
Brilliant that if you are like.
So maybe that's how we
creative
change it.
and
We don't call them normal jobs. We'll call them Muggle jobs.
Muggle jobs.
Muggle jobs, I
Is that
like it.
offensive?
It might be.
Only if you're. I mean,
Like, might be offensive. I don't know, but I think that just being that in general can be a superpower.
Yeah.
Is what I'm saying.
Absolutely,
It's a magic power. You're Harry Potter, basically.
Yeah.
basically.
love that.
So just embrace that wizardry.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you might start putting cake over people's head and stuff in like the first one. You know what I mean? When he didn't realise he was a wizard.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Sorry, I'm going.
where are we? What are we referencing?
Where are we going now? Where are we going? No, I mean, Harry Potter fans will
That
understand
was
that.
Sophie
yeah.
Griffiths directly referencing the first Harry Potter film.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah,
Great.
yeah. No,
Yes,
I'm,
yes.
Was
I
it
am
even the
with
first?
you now.
Was it even the
Yeah,
first
it's
one?
the first one because he's in Under the Stairs, isn't he?
Yeah.
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 Banging series.
Wow, what a tangent.
Amazing.
Sorry, guys. Yeah, full of
I love
this.
it.
We digress.
I love a tangent.
Anyway.
So you're a very enjoyable guest.
Yeah,
I'm loving
you are.
this.
It's so much
Sorry, I
fun.
just feel like this is just a chaotic fever dream full of my thoughts. And
It is brilliant.
Apologies
It's so
in
good.
advance.
It's so good.
So yeah, now I've kind of sent you back from your, but you can now continue
Yeah,
on
I
what
was
you
just
wanted
about to say
do.
though, have many of your fans been able to meet you? Like, have you met a lot of them in person for a long enough time to have these conversations?
Well, like these kind of conversations.
Like, as in,
It's a bit deep,
the
isn't it, to
real,
be like,
no, not the
Sophie,
anxiety.
can I have an autograph? Let me first talk to you about therapy.
Listen. Yeah, I feel like that's a bit intense.
I
for a
mean,
Have you tried
person.
CBT?
Yeah.
Let's talk about CBT
Guys, have
first.
you tried?
Literally, not even in your autograph.
skydive.
Just write down your therapist's number.
Don't worry about me. Don't worry about that. All right. Yeah.
No, I feel like I didn't explain
I'm
that
not
very well.
qualified, by the way, to be giving this information over,
no,
so don't
no.
take this.
No, I meant, do you think they, like, because they're obviously going to listen to this because they're huge fans of yours, will they be like, that's our Soph? Like, does this come across, do you think, like, you're...
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I see what you mean. I think it's difficult to on social media because
Yeah.
you're literally seeing a very small snippet of someone's life. And I'm very honest about it. So if they listen to like other, like, I don't know, interviews and stuff like that, maybe. But they this might be new to them. If so,
I'm so
welcome
excited
to
for
the
them.
chaos.